everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Shellie Geigle with J&S Hobbies and Crafts, and today is a very short, quick video on how to make these really fun, easy little gift bags. Now, this was my Mother's Day gift from last Sunday, and I have been waiting to get into my treats. This was stapled shut, but the presentation I wanted to show you is this. So after you open it up, there are my cookies, and it's a great little gift giving idea. Now, I did do some of these, and you don't have to do Mother's Day. You can do birthdays, whatever. You can do just because and everything else. These don't have the cellophane or cookies in them because I'm not ready to give them out yet, but these are really easy, and I mean, they're one-sheet wonders. You can make out of one 12 by 12 decorative paper 2 of these, and you only need 1 piece of 12 by 12 solid colored cardstock. I use black in this to make 2. So I'll be making 2 in this video and giving you some ideas on how to cut out, and you can use dies, and like she did. And I used a die here and here. This I did a stencil as well as this one. So let's get started into the materials list and go right on into this. This is really easy and short. So let's review the materials list. It's really simple. First off, what you're going to need is 1 piece of 4 3/4 by 12-inch cardstock. Now you can use black, white, blue, whatever you like. But what you're going to do with this is you're going to lay it first on your scoring board. Make sure your paper is 12 inches wide. Sometimes when you get cardstock that says 12 by 12, it may be 12 and 1/8, 12 and 1/16. Just make sure it's 12. Cut it down to 12 if it's a little more. Next, what you're going to do, and you can download the PDF on this to get the instructions on scoring and measurements for everything. But once you have it down, you're going to score twice. Once is at 5 3/4 and one is 6 1/4. Now for me, I'm going to be making 2 because one 12 by 12 will make 2 of these sizes. So I'm going to be making 2 in this tutorial. One I'll make more masculine than the other. Next, what you're going to need is 2 pieces, and this is just for one, 2 pieces of your decorative cardstock. Anything. This is great for your scraps, leftover papers from projects to do. And you're going to want it to be 4 1/2 wide by 5 1/2 tall. And if you are not using lace or anything to cover up the staple that we'll be using to staple our piece shut, you can use a strip of your coordinating cardstock. So on one of these, I'll be doing this, and you can do it as wide as you like. Just make sure it's 4 1/2 inches wide so I can get across there. Here's my second one for my second piece. They're the same thing. I am going to be using a little bit of lace, so that is an option. You can do some lace. If you are doing a sentiment down at the bottom, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Birthday, thank you, whatever, you can stamp that on some white cardstock and then frame it up with the same color, solid colored cardstock that you've used. So in this case, I'm going to do a thank you and a happy birthday. To add more interest, you can also add some flat back pearls and stuff like that. Those are just options. But if you don't want to do anything, like I said, you can just do a strip of paper and it'll look really good. Now, as you can see, she used a die for this. Now, some of us don't have dies. I have die cutting. And when I did this, I die cut using a die that was this shape. Now, for the heart, I don't have a die for that. So what I went and did was, you can get on Google and Google free images like a heart. And then I just used it as a template, and then I went ahead and I cut through. So that is an option. You're going to need a stapler. Now for the plastic insert, and I'm going to show you what this is she used. And she also told me where she gets hers. Because what it is actually this is a card. I buy cards from her. And it's just a little cello bag that is sealable that she puts her cards in, and when I buy them from her, from Jessica. So this is the bag. It's a cute card. She's really good at card making. So I asked her where she got it, and she said she goes to Amazon. This is what she sent me. It's buy clear bags on Amazon, and it's like the A2, but one of the most important things is make sure it's food safe, especially if you're putting cookies in or whatever. So I'm going to hold this up. And what I did was I went to Amazon and I just typed in the top line, clear bags, 4 5/8 by 5 3/4 clear cello bags. A bunch of listings came up. Now I looked for this image because that's what she's been buying for a long time from. And so I ordered, and there's like 100 in a packet. I think I paid $8.99 for 100 of these. But I have mine on the way. But since mine aren't here and I'm doing the tutorial, and I don't know who these are, but this is who she buys from. So I went ahead and did that. This is what it looks like, and it has a little adhesive flap. Now, one thing you might be able to do if you don't have that in your budget to go out and buy those is you can alter the size of this wider. Maybe use a sandwich bag inside, you know? Save a little money. Okay, stapler. You're going to need your paper cutter, scoring board, of course, to get your stuff all done. So let's begin. Again, I'm doing 2. So once you've scored this, what you're going to do is you're going to fold on those score lines. Make sure your sides are lining up. This is so darn easy. So it becomes where that is the bottom, and that's the spacing in there. As far as cardstock, you can use 80 pound. This happens to be the basil, so it's a little heavier weight, but you can get away with 80 pound rather than 110 pound. You just want something that's going to have a little strength, and I believe she used the American Crafts on this one. And they really don't stand up. They're just for presentation. When she gave this to me, she wrapped it up in this beautiful tissue for Mother's Day. And let me tell you, I have been just wanting to get after these cookies in here, but I wanted to show you this first and film this first before I did that. Okay, so we have this. So let's lay these out now. And the peak is up. Decide which one that you want for your front. So for my front, I'm going to have this, a little more masculine, and I am going to frame it in there. There's going to be space in there. So you can see I have the outline there. So when it's shut, it's going to look like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And now for this is my back. Because this comes up, and if you have writing on yours, make sure if you're looking at it in this orientation that you place this one upside down. So the writing would be upside down. Because when we close it, then it's the right way. So I am going to glue that down and that down. For my second one, I decided I'm going to use, and I'm just using a 12 by 12 of 6 by 6 panels off the Heartfelt Creations paper that I had a sheet left of. And I'll just place that one there and this one right here. So let's glue that down really quick. Now, this is just such an easy project. And it's inspired me to do something else to try around Christmas time. And if it works out when we come around to that time of year for ideas, I will do a tutorial. But this definitely gave me some inspiration on other things we can do with something so simple. And this is great for leftover cardstock, patterned paper, or scraps we might have. Some other ideas for cutting out, if you don't have a printer, if you have a roll of score tape, you can draw around and then cut it out. Use the inside round of that. And I think I'll do that for one of mine. And then the other one I'm going to use a die. And if you're really short on paper, you don't even have to do the back. You can just leave it black, but I'm gonna use some pattern paper. Okay, so these are my fronts. There's the back. On this one, I'm going to kind of center that in there side to side, bring it down a little because I'm going to have a little lace up there. I'm going to grab my pencil and I'm going to draw that circle. So there is what that one's going to look like. Now for this one, I wanted to try something different. I have a die, old one. I don't even know if this is even around, if they have this anymore, but I wanted to try for this one a little window frame. So I'm going to die cut this and I'm going to cut this out really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I forgot I didn't need, if you have a Windows die like this, don't put this around because it actually cut everything out. If you have this, just place this in the center rather than go around because this is what happened. It just die cut this out. So I'll use the rectangle. That works. And that's an easy one too. My next one, I'll do that. I wasn't really thinking much. It's pretty early. I'm trying to get this done, some filming before the construction crew show back up at the house. It gets so noisy that I have not been able to, and I'm going to keep that die cut for sure. That's kind of cool. It's getting so noisy here that I haven't been able to do any filming for a couple weeks. So, all right, I'm going to cut this out. And that is good enough for me. So there's that. Now on this one, what's going to happen is once you get your bag in there filled, then you put your goodies in there. So once it's all nice and good, what you're going to do is you are going to staple this right in the middle, and then this is where lace would come in. I'm going to demonstrate. Then I'm going to take the staple out because I'm not ready to put anything in there, but I want to show you. Then you would glue this down. And then what you could do is glue the sentiment down. And if you had some flat back pearls or anything else you could add. Even little gems would look cute. I'm just going to kind of show you this before gluing it down because I don't want to quite glue this all down yet. But anyway, that's what it would look like. And I'm going to bring this up a little bit. It doesn't have any goodies in it, of course, so something like that. Okay, for the staple now, I'm going to take that out. So that's an idea. So now for this one, matter of fact, I am going to try and get into my goodies here so I can show you what it really looks like. Because this already has. There's the bag that I've been wanting to get into. But as you can see, you would staple it shut. We'll just do that now. At the top, I had a strip here that I can cover the staple with. Look how easy this is. And then a sentiment, happy birthday. And this is more of a masculine one, would fit down like that. So that is all there is to this. And I'm definitely glad that I finally got this little cookies out because I have been wanting to get one of my Mother's Day cookies out. I hope that this tutorial has been helpful, inspiring, just to give you some ideas. Now I wanted to go over some things that really quick before I finish up here. These don't just have to be birthday gifts, they can be thank yous. It could be a teacher appreciation gift, your child giving the daycare teacher or their school teacher a little gift inside, a cookie or whatnot. It could be a just because or a thinking of you. It could be a Mother's Day. It could be any holiday that you want. So, but that is that's all there is to it, guys. It's really simple and you can decorate these any way you want. So happy crafting, and I'll see you soon as I can get this folio tutorial finished. It's been very hard because of the noise, and it's just too much noise. Every little thing picks up on the camera. So as soon as I'm able, I will get that done and released. Happy crafting, and I will see you soon.